And don't forget to order your copy of Football Game Plan's latest book, Stiff Arming Football Myths, an excellent book that you can find on our website at footballgameplan.com/books, available in both PDF as well as paperback form. For the Ravens in this ball game, you want to force Andrew Luck into quick decisions. He's a talented quarterback, but he tends to hold the football a little bit too long. That ball doesn't come out of his hands quickly. I think that's an opportunity for the Ravens to get him on the ground. And you have to stay active up front defensively. I love the personnel of the Baltimore Ravens along that defensive line. They do a great job in getting off blocks. I think if they stay active, not only could they get Andrew Luck on the ground, but they could find themselves tipping passes at the line of scrimmage. And offensively, I will go with more power run plays instead of outside zone this week. You don't want to have that speed of the Colts' second level going sideline to sideline. You want to force them to play downhill, and I think that's where the Ravens have the advantage on the interior offensive line, and with their fullback, they can run downhill as well as they can do that outside zone. But I think power plays this week versus the Colts could lead them to success. For the Colts in this ball game, I would stay in the gun or the pistol formation. I think they move the football extremely well when they're spread out, and that would be a great way to move the football versus this Ravens second level and third level. They have to stay in the gun or the pistol this week versus Baltimore, and that offensive line must win at the point of attack. That's partly the reason why the running game is not where it needs to be. These guys are not sustaining blocks. They're not firing off the football. They have to win at the point of attack, especially this week versus guys like Haloti Ngata and Chris Canty and Brandon Williams and company. Those guys can really hold their own at the point of attack. And the backside defender has to stay alert. You're going to see a lot of naked boots, a lot of waggles coming weak side off of that outside zone action, and that backside defender can't fall asleep. Otherwise, Flacco will have time in the pocket, or the running back will be able to cut it back against the grain and make a big gain on the ground. The Baltimore Ravens are facing Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts, who's still a young quarterback and can be prone to holding the football just a little bit too long. And I'm going to show you one zone blitz they can utilize this week to try to influence him into a bad decision. I'll show you what we're talking about here. Pre-snap, it looks like cover 2, but really it's going to be cover 1. We're only going to have the free safety drop back in the middle of the field, and we're going to get pressure creatively on Andrew Luck, try to force him to throw strong side where we have our help. And we're going to show blitz with the strong safety. He's going to creep down right there, and now Andrew Luck thinks like, okay, everyone's coming, and what we're doing, we're sending the backer off the edge, we're dropping this backer into the zone, we're playing man on the corners, so now you're protected. And what we're going to do to protect the curl flat area, we're dropping this backer here. He's going to buzz and then get back into his zone. Ends going here. Strong safety that's showing blitz, he's dropping back into that hook to curl area. We're going to send the nose tackle weak side A gap, we're sending the backer down the B gap, and we're going to keep this guy going inside on the inside shoulder of the tackle. So you see where the pressure can get Luck to make a quick decision, thinking that everyone is coming off the edge. Strong safety is also blitzing. Try to force him to throw it here to the tight end, where he's being combo covered by the safety and the backer, and you put your free safety deep in the middle of the field. So again, you can still find ways to confuse Andrew Luck and put him in a bad situation where you, as a defense, can make a play on the ball. I really like the Colts ace personnel. That's when you go 2 tight ends and 2 wide receivers. And this week versus the Baltimore Ravens, I think they could utilize that ace formation and creatively and giving them an advantage in the red zone, so that way they can put points on the board, 7 on the board instead of 3s. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. We're going to make this T.Y. Hilton and Reggie Wayne. Plus you have your Fleener and Allen, however you want to use it. We're going to run a fake counter, and we're going to put T.Y. Hilton in motion and running him on the shoot route, sending Reggie Wayne on the hang route while trying to get the football to either tight end. We're going to run a clear route on the backside with Fleener running down the middle, down the hash, and we're going to send Dwayne Allen up into the corner. Like that matchup over a corner or a safety, you're putting 2 guys deep down the field, so that pulls the safeties and allows you to work these guys underneath. Now, we're going to send him in a yo-yo motion, which means you're going to come back across the formation, and as he gets outside leg of the tight end, you snap the football, and he's running the shoot. And what the shoot does, it forces people to fly out there to cover that play right quick, and now you have Reggie Wayne running across and running the sit route or the hang route. He's hanging right over the center, essentially being your dump off guy. You're faking the counter to hold those backers, and now Andrew Luck gets on a half waggle, a short rollout, to where he can set up right outside the guard or the tackle and make a delivery to here or here. The shoot route is essentially a clear out route, but if they're in man and you see this guy has an advantage over the backer or the corner that's covering him, hit him right away. So that's one way they can utilize both tight ends and their two excellent wide receivers on the football field at the same time in the red zone versus the Baltimore Ravens.
The X factor for the Ravens in this ballgame will be their pass rush. The front end has to help out the back end. Like I've said before, the Colts can spread the field. They can go empty if they want to. They have 3 tight ends they can utilize. That puts a lot of strain on your secondary, and the pass rush has to get there. Otherwise, they can get gashed by big plays in the passing game. And the X factor for the Colts will be their safety play. When you're facing a Gary Kubiak-led offense, the safety play defensively is vital because not only do they have to be great alley defenders and field defenders for the outside zone, but they also have to make sure they keep their eyes on their luggage in the passing game because, again, you're going to see a lot of play-action passes, and if those safeties are aggressively trying to get to that alley to make a play, they're going to get beat deep down the field. And now without LaRon Landry, it puts a strain on the depth of the Colts back there in the secondary. So guys like Colt Anderson will have to step up, Sergio Brown, Dewey McDonald, those guys have to play huge roles this week for Indianapolis because, again, like I've mentioned before, the safety play is critical when you're trying to defend an outside zone-based offense. I like the Ravens in this ball game. Again, they're well balanced offensively. The passing game has gotten into gear, and defensively, I think they match up well versus Indianapolis within the front 7, so they'll be able to apply pressure on Andrew Luck and frustrate him in that passing offense of Indianapolis. So I like the Ravens to come away victorious.
What's up, fantasy football fans? I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. For all of your starts, sits, fantasy football notes, news, and tidbits, tune into our podcast, Football Game Plan Starting Lineup, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on our Football Game Plan Radio Network, which is located at blogtalkradio.com/footballgameplan.
And don't forget to check out Football Game Plan's NFL Wraparound live every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time at blogtalkradio.com/footballgameplan, where we give you all of our late-minute and last-minute notes, news, and tidbits and thoughts on each and every game on the NFL schedule. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Raven fan forums and Colt fan forums for always showing Football Game Plan support.